In the meantime, we can speak now to the former Justice Secretary, David Gauke. Thank you very much for being on the programme. Can you
Good
just give
evening.
us a bit of a sense about what is the situation in our prisons right now?
Well, the current difficulty is that essentially we're running out of spaces, that the prison population is growing pretty quickly, and we have not got spare capacity. And we are within weeks, maybe within days, of essentially no longer having any spaces. And that is the situation that Alex Chalk has been trying to address, an immediate crisis in terms of prison capacity. I think it also has to be acknowledged that the state of our prisons is not good, and that there isn't enough rehabilitation going on within prisons, and that it is very stretched. But part of that is the fact that our prison population has grown very quickly. 30 years ago, it was 43,000. Today, it is over 88,000. That is a big increase, and the system has struggled to cope.
I think some of the measures that Alex Chalk has announced are probably more controversial than others. And I'm thinking particularly about the delaying of sentencing of people who have committed some pretty serious crimes, sexual offences, for example. Do you think that's a right move?
Well, I'm not sure that that's a sort of a specific policy that he's wanting to pursue. I think that has been a reaction to the particular circumstances that we're in. And I think, and clearly people are going to be concerned about that. And what is necessary is to try to get our prison system, our criminal justice system, on a sustainable basis where there aren't any artificial delays of this sort. And I think in terms of addressing the immediate pressures, the big policy that Alex Chalk has announced is the fact that certain prisoners are going to be released 18 days earlier than they otherwise would, with certain conditions applying. And then over a longer time period is the move away from short sentences, which is a policy that I tried to pursue 4 and a bit years ago. I think that there's a lot to be said for that, not just in terms of prison numbers, although that will make a contribution, but because the evidence points to the fact that short sentences do nothing to help reducing reoffending, do nothing to help rehabilitation. In fact, they increase the chances of someone committing another offence. And I think that's a sensible step.
So, what would your specific policy be on short sentences? Would you say, for example, anyone who has a sentence of under 6 months doesn't go to jail, or would it be more like category specific? So, for example, shoplifting or non-violent offences that you would say you don't have to go to prison?
Well, the approach that I was trying to take in 2019, and I think this is what Alex Chalk is replicating, is that you have to make certain exceptions. I think if there's violence or a sexual offence involved, and I think also if you are in breach of an order of the court or contempt of court, in other words, breaching a court order, you still have to have the flexibility of short sentences there. But other than that, if a crime is not sufficiently serious to be worth sentencing to someone for more than 12 months, you are better off trying to find an effective non-custodial sentence so that they're in the community. Because what happens with a lot of short sentences is that people go inside, they're not there long enough for anything to be organized for rehabilitation or treatment of mental illness or anything of that sort. But if people have got a job, they often lose a job. They can often lose their home. Family links are weakened. Now, these are the factors that actually can help people be rehabilitated. It's a job, it's a home, it's family relationships. And so those short prison sentences just simply destructive and unhelpful in terms of turning anybody around. And the important thing for society is that you're doing nothing to reduce reoffending. And if we want to reduce crime, we should focus on reducing reoffending. As I say, moving towards community sentences, I think would be a step in the right direction. That very often happens now, but I think we can go further. And I think Alex Chalk is right to go down this path.